and welcome to another interesting episode of Social Distancing with Winfrey. My name is Okolo, and this is where I give you updates of everything that's happening around the world. Okay, so I decided to take a week to take a back seat and just observe, recalibrate, and come back to you with a new kind of freshness. And right now, it's about time I update you. So make sure you keep on watching, because in a bit I will be going through the stories that struck my attention the most, and we know a lot has been happening. Okay, so keep on watching. Welcome back. Okay, so first up on my list today is one story I find quite fascinating. And by now, it should be no news to you that Ramoni Ighodalo, aka Ray Hushpuppy, was arrested by Interpol and FBI over a $35 million ventilator scam. Okay, so this happened on Wednesday, 10th of June, 2020 in the United Arab Emirates, and he was actually moved from there to the US. And then there was now a story about a custody battle between America and Nigeria. However, I think Nigeria won, because recently the EFCC actually went out to post on Twitter that he does have a case to answer, and this is exactly what they said. The Commission is engaging with the FBI in tracing the victims of his fraudulent transactions and other fraudsters having direct involvement with him. Local cyber criminals with money laundering networks with him are also being investigated. Okay, so this is what is most fascinating for me about this particular story. I mean, it's crazy. We have the pandemic, which is actually shutting down a lot of economies. So different countries in the world are super sensitive at this time, because they literally have to be paying their citizens. I mean, countries that are obviously not Nigeria, but then again, you get my points. Then again, who will not think that they will be super vigilant at this time to trace any cyber crimes? Like, think about it. And I must actually say that it isn't cool, because stories like this are stories that leave Nigeria with its terrible reputation around the world. I mean, because despite the fact that a lot is happening in the world, Nigerians are killing it everywhere, right? Stories like this stick longer, and people remember this more than, or better than, they remember when we won something or did something great. So guys, please, please, please. Now, moving to an even sadder story. On Sunday, the 14th of June 2020, the co-pastor of the Trinity House Church, the owner of Elizabeth R., and also a mother to many, died in Port Harcourt in her hotel room. Family sources talk about how she actually died of a cardiac arrest, and this is actually very, very sad and came as a shock to many people, as much as celebrities and even government officials took time out to relay their condolences to her family and loved ones. And this is what Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, had to say. I was shocked when I received the news that my friend, Pastor Ighodalo, had lost his wife and partner, Mrs. Ibidun Ighodalo. Mrs. Ibidun Ighodalo was an inspiration to many. I pray for strength for Pastor Itwa, their children, loved ones, and the many she has touched. This was a very, very sad one, because like a lot of people were broken, people that knew her, even people that didn't know her. I personally followed her on social media, and she was such a delight whenever she posted videos about herself and her husband, and it was so heartwarming. In case you didn't know, she also had a foundation that catered for women that couldn't have kids and needed grants for IVF. She did make the grants available. So we send in love and light to her family, friends, and loved ones, and we pray that her soul rest in peace. Last week also, we did lose a veteran in the media industry. Nigerian-based American radio personality Dan Foster, whose voice has been on the radio waves for a very long time. Sources close to him say that he did do a test for the coronavirus, which came back positive. We are sending love and light to his family, friends, and loved ones, and wish that his soul rests in peace. On a lighter note, we actually have media mogul Mo Abudu and Ibidun Live TV, which is her media platform, going into contract with movie streaming giants and Netflix to make film adaptations of 2 Nigerian classic literary pieces. This is definitely huge. Congratulations to her, to the Nigerian movie industries, and of course us Nigerians, because we need projects like this to portray the beauty and of course the richness of our African story. So congratulations to you.
Have you ever had someone tell your story? Take your voice and replace your face until no one else can see or hear you.
Kubalulekile ukuthi uma singakuthanda bakubhala ngathi sifunde ukuzibhalela thina.
So, I write what I like.
Ke moloko o kwalang ka ditau.
Movimi never vimwe.
I am all those things and so much more.
Imi ni olupileshe.
Msanii mwenye maono.
The dancer.
Onothando.
The magician.
The hero and the villain.
Wakati uliopita wa sasa na ujao.
The creator of worlds.
I am all the magic.
And the black skies.
Now we be the 1,000 stars where they feel them.
Okay, so now moving quickly on to the foreign scene, right? A lot has been happening on that scene. Why? Because, the whole Black Lives Matter protest has been going on, which has actually cost billions of people to take on the streets to protest, all right, around the world and not just in the United States. Okay, however, no matter how aggressive this protest had been, it did not stop a police officer from gunning down yet another African American man. So 27-year-old Rashad Brooks was actually killed when he was found sleeping in his car. Okay, so this is what happened. So he went out to have some drinks with his baby mama because it was his daughter's birthday, and then he realized on getting to his car that he was too tired to drive and decided to take a nap. So he parked in front of a Wendy's outlet. And then the manager of Wendy's came out to check on him to find out, okay, what's happening, why you packed here? But then again, she tried to wake him up to no avail, and she then decided to go on and call the police. The police, on getting there, did tell him to repark his car, which he did, and then he came out of the car. They asked him several questions. He did explain himself. They also even conducted a breath test on him to see the level of alcohol in his system, and at that point, the policeman actually decided to handcuff him and tell him that he has had too many drinks. And now I'm thinking, okay, is it a crime to have too many drinks? Because I know, and we all know, that drinking and driving is obviously a crime, right? So just drinking and sleeping off your car, is that a crime? So at that point, Rashad decided to struggle with the police officers, and he did get away with one of their tasers, and he literally ran off. They ran after him, but they couldn't gets him. He did turn back to try to shoot the tasers at one of the officers directly behind him, but to no avail. At that point, the police officer decided to pull out his gun and shot 3 times, 2 of the bullets hitting Rashad in the back. By the time the ambulance got there, he was pronounced dead. There is no doubt that this death actually triggered more angry protests, and of course we know that the more protesters outside on the streets, the higher the coronavirus cases. Okay, as much as it's sad and painful that we've lost so many lives in like Black lives because of the whole police brutality thing, it's also good to know that because of the protests, several companies have taken it upon themselves to employ more Black people and of course to create a better working experience and environments for Black employees. We should, however, not forget that we have Donald Trump on the other end, who is pitched against Joe Biden for the US elections coming up really soon. Now, the major issue we're battling with is the fact that Donald Trump is still insisting on going on with his presidential rally. And we know that definitely a lot of people are going to be there, despite the fact that in the US now, more states are recording higher numbers of coronavirus cases on a daily basis. Right now, globally, we have over 8 million cases and almost 500,000 deaths. In Nigeria here, however, we're slowly, gradually, but surely approaching 20,000 coronavirus confirmed cases with almost 500 deaths. And we have done only about 100,000 tests compared to the 200 million people we have in this country. Thank you so much for sticking with me all through. And of course, at this point, it's time for me to go. But before I go, I must tell you that this gorgeous blouse I'm wearing is courtesy BOA Stitches. I'll definitely tag them, so make sure you check them out. Her pieces are Afrocentric, beautiful, and definitely affordable. You should get yourself one of those. My hair also is by Ignite's Beauty Salon right here in Lagos, Nigeria. They do an amazing job. Thank you so much. Do follow me on social media at winfreydaniaokolo. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel and remember to be love and light everywhere you go. Bye-bye.